One thing about me is I like way too many things. I like everything for a reason. Maybe not everything. There's definitely a lot of things I don't like, which is usually what I talk about. But I also like way too much stuff. Today we're going to be talking about exclusively music guilty pleasures, because if we were talking about all my guilty pleasures in general, I'd be here all day. That would be 12 episodes of itself, and I don't think I'm ready to do that. So we're going to keep it just to music today, and I'm only going to be able to scratch the goddamn surface today. I'm only able to think of the things that I can think of right now. I'm not able to really deep dive into my soul and decipher what is really good and what is maybe not as good. And not necessarily saying all my guilty pleasures are bad, just that maybe somebody in my situation, I'm a 20-year-old dude, straight dude, so maybe there's a lot of things that maybe 20-year-old straight dudes don't normally like. So that's where I'm a bit different. And I'm going to be going over a few of those things. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm sure there's a lot of other people like this, but it's just how it is. And I think guilty pleasures are a good thing. They're necessary. You need to have them. If you don't, you're a fucking robot. So let's start off with, we're going to do a few artists. That's kind of like the main thing. There's a few artists in specific that I think should really be talked about in this little therapy session that we're having. The first one is Katy Perry. Everybody likes Katy Perry, right? Like, you can't not like Katy Perry. Everyone's heard Katy Perry. Everybody knows Katy Perry. Maybe not everybody likes Katy Perry the way I do. I think I'm just a little different than everybody else. She's amazing. She has a lot of good songs. I don't listen to a damn thing she does nowadays, nor do I listen to, like, anything modern, as I'm sure you know. If you've listened to at least one episode of this show before, you know I'm not a modern music guy. But something like Hot and Cold, Jesus Christ, I was like 6 or 7 when that came out, and oh my god, I didn't want to own up to liking it back then. And, like, it's the kind of thing that if you like something, especially back then, that's like a girl thing as a guy, that's when, like, hands get thrown, you get called names, you don't have friends anymore, like, you get called gay. And I'm not saying that I would call somebody that, it's just back then, that's how it was. You would be called gay for liking Katy Perry. And nobody wanted to be called gay back in the day, and I have to do this to make sure nobody gets offended by me saying gay. This is one of the reasons I hate things nowadays. I can't even say a word. I would never call somebody gay, because that's not a good thing to do. It's not. It never was. It was just, that was a thing that happened back then. Documenting that. Anyway, Katy Perry's great, and I'm a little gay for listening to Katy Perry, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I'm a very straight man. I'm very comfortable with my sexuality, which I think is the main reason that I'm allowed to like these sort of things. Hot and Cold is the best. I Kissed a Girl is probably literally one of the best songs from the pop genre ever made. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm not cracking up. It's not a joke. I Kissed a Girl is probably one of the best pop songs ever created. It's definitely up there. I'm not even kidding. Anyway, Katy Perry's the shit. Like I said, new shit, not good. I think I might have mentioned Firework already. That era of Katy Perry was, like, acceptable. Like, it was okay. That was I'm more into, like, her older shit. Like, her 2007, 2008. I'm not necessarily into, like, I think she had an album in 2013. I need to find this out. I'm going to look up her discography and tell you when I dropped off on the whole Katy Perry love fest. Katy Perry discography. Here we go. Let me see. So Teenage Dream came out in 2010. One of the Boys. That was the good album. That came out in 2008. And then it was Teenage Dream after that point. So I can't say none of Teenage Dream was good. Like, I'm actually pretty sure there's, like, a lot of good songs on that. Last Friday Night was a bop. Gotta love that shit. California Girls was okay. The One That Got Away, don't even get me started. This is, like, just, It's just that's all it is. The One That Got Away is just If you were around on YouTube at the time when Shane Dawson did his The One That Turned You Gay parody of this song, you were there. You know what things were like back then. I fucking love that video. I love that fucking song. E.T. isn't great. I mean, I love it, but like, it's not. I can acknowledge that it's not great. Kanye West literally says alien sex, so that's how you know you're dealing with a bit of a stinker. Although I can't really say I don't like the song. It's an okay song. It's just I could do without the alien sex part of that song. What was on her 2008 album? One of the Boys. I Kissed a Girl was on there, obviously. That's the shit. That's like her best song, the best song ever made on this planet. Hot and Cold was from that album, yeah. You're So Gay was also there. That's a song that spoke to me as a young Katy Perry fan, clearly. Yeah. What's wrong with Katy Perry? You can't say a goddamn thing wrong with Katy Perry, because there is nothing. There is nothing wrong with Katy Perry. Nothing wrong with liking her either. Another artist that I liked a little too much as a youngster was Paramore. And now, listen, Paramore is not like some shitty female-fronted pop band. So it's different. You're allowed to like Paramore. You've always been allowed to like Paramore. Not saying you're not allowed to like Katy Perry or Paramore or whatever. You're definitely allowed to like these things. And like I said, guilty pleasures... Hell, even if they're not a guilty pleasure for you, that's fine. That's fine. You can like what you want to like. But Paramore, so good. Riot came out in 2007. Great album. There's a few pretty decent songs on that. Misery Business obviously is pretty great. Everybody knows the greatness that is Misery Business. That's What You Get was... What game was that in? That was in one of the Rock Band games, I think. Maybe the second one. Or it could have been a Guitar Hero game, but I think it was Rock Band. What else is from that album? For Pessimist and Pretty Optimistic, that's an okay one. What was there? Oh yeah, one song that didn't quite make it to Riot, I think it was a B-side, was Decoy. And oh my god, not many people have heard that song because it literally doesn't have a proper release on like anything. You can't find it on Spotify. You can't find it fucking anywhere. I've tried. I've looked. I can't find it. It's not there. I'm convinced. Decoy is their best song. If you haven't heard it, seek it out right now. Or maybe not right now. Wait till the podcast is over. Just write it down. Write it down, Decoy, and you go find it. Because I'm pretty sure it was a B-side from Riot, I think. I'm just going to like make sure I'm not bullshitting there. Because that is literally my favorite song. Yeah, it is a B-side. Yeah. That sucks. It's super good. There's a live version of it on the final Riot album, but it's a live version. It's great, don't get me wrong, but you need to listen to the studio track. Brand New Eyes in 2009 was another one of their albums. Ignorance is on there. That's a good one. The Only Exception is so gay. So gay, but I love it. I love The Only Exception. I love the really sappy love song types. Not always, like sometimes they're really bad, but like The One That Got Away by Katy Perry and The Only Exception by Paramore, like sappy love songs get to me, even if they're like really, there's something else, you know. Their 2013 album, self-titled Paramore, Still Into You is an amazing song. You can't listen to Still Into You and not be happy. Like, that's literally just one of the best songs. Ain't It Fun is also pretty cool. I didn't realize that song came out in 2013. I could have sworn that was an older song. But alas, good song, decent album. After Laughter was in 2017. I don't know if I really got into that one like at all. I don't see any songs off this that I've heard. Maybe Hard Times, but I can't tell you if I've actually heard that. Anyway, you get the idea. I loved Paramore very much. I can't even say loved. I love Paramore. I still listen to Paramore. They're still on my playlist. They always will be. Another person who has always been on my playlist and always will be is Smash Mouth. Now, a lot of people, I was going to say iconically, a lot of people ironically like Smash Mouth. I iconically like Smash Mouth. Smash Mouth is just the best. You can't diss Smash Mouth. Maybe the guy, like the lead singer, is kind of a dick. I've heard that. Apparently at live shows, he's not the best to deal with. But that's okay. Most lead singer people are dicks. What was their best album? I'm pretty sure their 2001 album had All Star, right? Maybe? Where? No? What? Wait. What was their album? Was it Astro Lounge? That's like... Okay, yeah, it was Astro Lounge. I was going to say, that's like their most iconic one in my eyes. I didn't know All Star was on that one, though. It is, though. All Star is obviously like their biggest song, obviously. What else was on that album? Was it just All Star that was like the big hit on that one? Can't Get Enough of You Baby kind of sucks. I listened to that recently and I'm not a big fan of it. I'm pretty sure it's a cover, but I haven't heard it recently. I heard it like a little while ago and I didn't like it, but I think it was a cover. Maybe not. Okay. I thought it was a cover of that fucking hair band that did the Can't Get Enough. Was that Def Leppard? I don't know. Anyway, what was the album with Walking on the Sun, though? That's like... Walking on the Sun is my shit. That was their 1997 album. Looks to be their debut album, too. Love Walking on the Sun. I'll never not listen to that. On that album was also the Why Can't We Be Friends cover, which is okay. It's fine. I'm not like huge into Smash Mouth. There's definitely like a few of his notable songs that literally everybody knows I like, and I don't like them ironically. Like, that's just the way it is. I'm really big into nostalgia, so that's probably part of it. Because when Smash Mouth was big was when I was coming up. It's when I was getting born. It's when Shrek came out. Hang On was off their 2003 album, Get the Picture. I love Hang On. Hang On is a good song. It was in, like, so many movies back then. Like, it was in that Zoom movie with, like, Tim Allen and the kid that blew up. If you haven't seen Zoom, go find out what I'm talking about. Hang On's good. That was in, like, so much shit. Like, I'm pretty sure it was also in Cat in the Hat, I think. It was just all over the place, that song was. They had a Christmas album? Oh, I didn't know they had a Christmas album. We're just going to skip over that one. That one doesn't count. Their 2006 album looks to be pretty janky. Which one had that fucking Getting Better song? I don't even know if that was properly put out on an album, Getting Better. That was in Cat in the Hat. I don't know. It was also in Cat in the Hat. There was like 2 Smash Mouth songs in that movie. One of them was Getting Better, and I don't know what album that was on. It might not have been like properly on an album. Let me see. Where was it? Came out on their Smash Hits thing, but I think it was mainly... Oh wait, it might have been on their 2001 album. Did I miss it somehow? There's no way. I might have. It doesn't look like it's not. So I think it was just in the Cat in the Hat soundtrack and then their Smash Hits CD. Smash Mouth, they're great. I love Smash Mouth. If you don't, go fuck yourself. If you haven't heard any of these songs that I've listed today, whether it be a Katy Perry song, Paramore song, or Smash Mouth, go listen to them, okay? You'll understand. You'll like them the same way I do because they're addicting. Another band, I didn't even list them on the list, but I should have because they're literally like my heart pounds in beat to their songs. Lmfao. Don't even get me started on Lmfao. They are just so special to me. And I don't know why. When I was a kid, I used to obviously, like, everybody listened to Lmfao in 2010, 2011. Everybody did the fucking shuffle. Everybody was into them. But, like, I never really understood how... What's the word I'm looking for? I never understood how influential they were. I never understood how amazing they were, right? Like, I never really understood it. They had, like, 2 studio albums, but, like, those 2 studio albums are, like, just bonkers. Like, so huge. Let's start with their 2009 album. First song that isn't, like, the first interlude, Get Crazy. That song was used on Jersey Shore, okay? that means it was a mainstream hit, and it was their first song ever put out. Brilliance, that is. Maybe not the first song ever put out. I'm sure they had singles beforehand. But first song, first album, Get Crazy. That's a great start. Great start. I Am Not a Whore on that album. What? Dude, like, listen to that song and don't get hype. I was literally sitting in my living room watching the Piranha movie the other day, and like the overall atmosphere just seemed like there's got to be an Lmfao song in this movie. There has to be. I said that. 2 seconds later, there's this scene where this like dude pulls up in like a Jeep or some shit, and I Am Not a Whore is playing, and I shit myself all over the living room. That living room is still not clean. It's full of feces because I shit everywhere. Like, I lost it because I'm just such an Lmfao fan. I love them so much. I'm in Miami, bitch. Of course, you can't. It's so good. They did like a billion versions of that song, by the way. I think it was just a Canada thing from the looks of it. There's like Canadian remixes of the song. So there's like, I'm in Toronto, I'm in Vancouver, I'm in Edmonton, I'm in Canada. There's a Halifax one. There wasn't where I live one. Halifax is pretty close though. Then they just did like a bunch of other ones. Like I'm in Austin, I'm in Boston, I'm in Corpus, I'm in DC, I'm in El Paso, I'm in Fort Wayne. You get the idea. They were in a lot of places, bitch. Like, it's such a good idea to do like a concert somewhere and be like, I'm in your city, bitch. Like, that's so smart. How did they break up? I don't get that. I don't get how that ever happened. Especially after their 2011 album, Sorry for Party Rocking, which is literally full of bangers. First track, Party Rock Anthem. That was your theme song when you were 8, okay? You were there. You know what I'm talking about. That was your shit. And if you're too young to understand the greatness of Lmfao, then why are you here? Why are you listening to me? You should be listening to Lmfao right now. Start with Party Rock Anthem and you'll know what I mean. Then there's Champagne Showers, which, of course, that's great. Put That Ass to Work. I think that was an okay song. Maybe. Sorry for Party Rocking, of course. Like, don't even, like, I could listen to that song for hours on end. But one song that is off this album that I literally want played at my funeral, like when I'm dead, sitting there in a box, I want this song on repeat. Sexy and I Know It. Come on. Like, what? Such a fucking banger of a song that is. It's so good. So fucking good. That looks to be about it off that album. But those songs are so good. You don't need every song on an album to be bangers. You don't need every song to be the best song ever put out. You just need Party Rock Anthem, Sorry for Party Rocking, Sexy and I Know It. That's all you need. And Champagne Showers, of course. That's good. Lmfao. They hold a very, very, very special spot in my heart, and I will never not love them, at least a little bit. And I'm always going to be open to it. I'm never going to deny it. If anybody ever asks me, hey, bro, why do you have an Lmfao tattoo on your forehead? I'm going to be like, well, it's because I'm shuffling, bro. It's because this shit is in my blood. I love Lmfao. Okay. I don't have any more artists. Those are all of my artists. But I do have some more, kind of artists, but I'm not going to do as much of a deep dive into them because I just kind of listed them here. One is Daughtry. If you don't know who Daughtry is, go check them out. Song for You that is by Daughtry. No Surprise, I think, or No Surprises is by Daughtry. Daughtry. I guess I am going to pull them up because I need to know this now. Discography, what do they got? Their 2006 album's Where It's At. That's where like all of their big songs are. You got Home, you got It's Not Over, you got Feels Like Tonight. No Surprises isn't there. Where is that? That was their 2009 album. Yep, No Surprise. That's the one off their 2009 album. No Surprise is just hits so hard. Nickelback's another one. Everybody knows about Nickelback. Everybody kind of hates Nickelback. I kind of hate Nickelback, but I also kind of love Nickelback. They're special. They're something else. I don't know what it is. Chad Kroeger is just so devious. I liked it when they were actually a rock band. I liked it before they got too, like, over the hill. I'm just doing this for money now. But every band does that, so, like, I can't really say anything. How You Remind Me, obviously, such a good song. Whether you like it ironically or not, you still like it, okay? It doesn't matter. Far Away is pretty good. Rockstar, of course. Savin' Me was, like, top tier fucking Nickelback. Savin' Me is probably their best song. Not gonna lie. Photograph. Look at this graph. That's the shit. You got... I don't know how I feel about the song Animals. I don't really like it that much. I used to like it a lot, but then I found out it's just about sex. And that kind of grossed me out a little bit, and I didn't really feel like talking about it anymore. And let's get off the Nickelback subject. Let's talk about Thrift Shop by Macklemore. Macklemore had, like, one song that I cared about. He had, like, a few others after that. Like, that... What was that other one? He had another one, didn't he? Macklemore... Thrift Shop was, like, the one. But, like, didn't he have, like, another big song? He had... Can't Hold Us. That was the other one I was thinking of. I didn't really care about that one. But Thrift Shop is so good. And you have to watch the music video. You can't just listen to the song. You have to watch the music video. That's just part of it. I don't know if I'd really consider this a guilty pleasure because I actually think it's an incredible song. Well, I think all of these are incredible songs. So I don't know. Maybe. But Gautier, somebody that I used to know... Dude, Gautier just kind of came out of nowhere and dropped, like, the biggest sad, feely song ever made. Like, what? How did he just came out of nowhere and did that? And, like, nobody cared. Like, at first they did, but, like, afterwards he just dropped off. And I've actually done some looking into Gautier to kind of figure out what his story is. He cared about his craft. He likes making music. He didn't really want to be successful with it, that sort of thing. Which, I get that. I'm sure that song blowing up caught him off guard because, like, shit. But, like, he's really good. Like, he's actually super talented. And I've actually went through and listened to some of his other stuff, and it's not bad. Like, dude is set for life because of that one song. But, like... his other stuff's okay too. If you haven't listened to it, which you probably haven't, go give it a shot. It's not that bad. I think that's about it for my guilty pleasures for now. I definitely have some more in the tank that I haven't really spoken of. And one thing that I will say is, if you have any guilty pleasures, I want to hear them. Either just tweet them to me. Go on Twitter. Type in my username @thisisdilly. Send me your guilty pleasures. I want to see what you got, because I guarantee you I got way more than you, and mine are way better than yours are. So go drop them on Twitter.